How y'all doing today? Let me talk to y'all about why people are not successful, including me. You know why people most likely aren't successful? It's because we was just so caught up on failure and stuff like that, and we was letting our fears overcome our desire to be successful because we was caught up on listening to what people say, caught up on tradition. That word tradition, I like to use that word because some people like to go by stuff like that. They like to say, that's how it's supposed to be. But who said that's how it's really supposed to be? Because at the end of the day, if that's how it was supposed to be, everybody would be doing it. So the people who follow tradition, those are the people that's caught up doing the same thing over and over because they're caught up in tradition. The people who go against tradition, those are the successful people because they can't be controlled. You see how that go? When you set your own desires and goals and you can't be a yes man, that's when they don't like you. But you ain't here to be liked. You're here to be great. There's a difference. So that's why we give up on our goals and aspirations because we listen to everybody else. We keep worrying about what people think. And we got to stop doing that. And you will see once you go on there, and people might be naysayers when they first see you. And I'm starting to see that. I see a person get successful, and a lot of people be naysayers about the person. They'll start hating on them. But the guy that's successful, he'll have this like this fire about him, like this confidence about him. Like he confident and he don't care what nobody thinks. And then the people that be hating on him, they start to like him. Because at the end of the day, they just hating on you because they insecure. They not as confident as you. So we gotta start being confident and stop giving up on ourselves. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of not being confident? Nobody's perfect, so they can't judge you. So stay confident. Don't give up on yourself. Just because it don't work right away, that don't mean nothing. They only gonna talk about you because they ain't trying it. So think about that. A person that's doing it and a person that ain't doing it, you can't even compare them. It's not even close. So think about it like that. They don't know how it feels to walk a mile in your shoes. They can't even think to experience to walk a mile in your shoes. So with that saying, you got them beat by that. So what I want y'all to do is start having tunnel vision. Start blocking the stuff out. Because words don't hurt people. So long as they're not hurting you, actions speak louder than words. So make it happen. So live your life based off action. Stop worrying about what they're gonna think this. You don't know what they're gonna think. As long as you got confidence in yourself, people will start to see where you're coming from because you're confident. And a lot of people in this world, I know they lack confidence because that's a lot of stuff that people are afraid to do. They don't have courage to admit their wrongs. They don't have courage to take accountability to why they're not taking off because it's everybody else's fault. Once you stop doing that, that's when you're going to focus more on being better and bettering yourself. Because I had to learn that. Don't nobody owe me nothing. Don't nobody owe you nothing. So get out here, get up, and get it, and handle business. And once you keep that mindset, your life gonna start progressing. Because there's a lot of stuff in my life that I did on my own, and it started progressing a little bit. It's progressing a little slow, but that's cool. But at the end of the day, I was willing to get up and do it and take that chance. And I'm figuring it out now. I'm not perfect, you and me both. So that's why we not becoming successful, because we keep getting caught up in what if and what they gonna say. Who cares what they gonna say? Because them naysayers can change their mind once they see you do it. You see what I'm saying? They might have them be like, oh, I ain't believe they could do it, but now they doing it. They motivating me now. So be a motivator. So at the end of the day, whatever you want to do, set an example for people. Live your life how you want to live it. Work hard to the fullest and accomplish your goals. And the people that surround you, they're going to be like, damn, this person was really special. They kept talking about it, but they went and did it. See, that's the key thing. You got to go and do it. You can talk about it all day, but go and do it. Because if you don't go and do it, that's when you're wasting your time and your life. And you're not going to get successful that way. And the average person who gets successful, I keep doing research on them, they may fail 1,000 times. They may fail 1,000,000 times, but they got it right that one time. And once they got it right that one time, the 1,000,000 times they failed don't even matter. Now they live life how they want to live life. They financially free. They mentally free. They ain't got to worry about money no more. And how did the sound of that sound? You ain't got to worry about money no more, but you got to put in work. You can't just be a worker. You got to put in work. There's a difference. Stop being a worker and put in work. Once you put in work for your life and you do it with a passion and you take your craft serious and you want to be great, all that other stuff just going to come along. And I had to learn that. You know what type of person you is, be you. Because that's going to spark the attention of people. You being you. Once you be you and you talk greatness and you do greatness, you're going to receive greatness. And that's how I go in life. Because we always tend to let our fears overcome being successful. So that's what we got to stop doing. And once we realize that, we're going to be different. And I want y'all to figure it out because I had to figure it out. There's nothing wrong with figuring it out. So start having tunnel vision. Start disciplining yourself. And be your own toughest critic. Don't let nobody else tell you you're slipping. You need to be like, man, I'm slipping, I'm on some bull, I ain't working hard enough. Once you start doing that, you're moving better. You're taking accountability. You pushing yourself. Sometimes you gotta push yourself. Those days when you feel like, man, I don't feel like it, get up and do it. Then once you get up and do it, you're gonna feel good about doing it because you was like, man, I thought I didn't feel like doing it. And I got up and I really did it. You see what I'm saying? Then once you do stuff on your own, and you set your own rules and you self-made, can't nobody stop you. And that's what we're going wrong at. We keep making excuses for ourselves. Stop making excuses and make it happen. So don't throw in the towel when stuff gets hard. You gotta keep going. And that's why I went wrong at. And stop thinking negativity when it don't work right away. Don't let that steer you down. If you doing a method and you strong about a method, stick to that method. But at the end of the day, if that method is not working how you want it to work, you gotta be a critical thinker to know that this method is not working. So don't spend too long on one method. That means you're stuck in your ways. Once you figure out not spending too long on one method, the same way to your journey. So call that the same way to your journey. When you keep trying to do the same way to your journey, doing the same thing, expecting to get different results, that's when it's crazy. Figure out a detour. And that's what I didn't have at first. Now I'm figuring out a detour. You can figure out a detour to anything. Ways you want to become successful, ways to better your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Stop keep running to the same thing on the road. If it's there and it keep being there and you know it's there, so if you know it's there, why you keep taking the same way? That's crazy because we stuck in our ways. And that's part of being a human, being stuck in our ways because we keep thinking this is how it's supposed to be done. You can think that way, but if it's not working, That ain't how it's supposed to be done. Find another way. And that's where we be going wrong at, because we be too afraid to find another way. And what I want to tell y'all, that's how you got to be successful. You can't give up on yourself. And they're going to hate that you didn't give up on yourself. They're going to hate that they didn't control you, and they can't control you because you're your own man or your own woman. And that's how it's supposed to be. So with that being said, that's how you're going to get successful. And those are a lot of things that I didn't have. I didn't have the self-discipline. I didn't have the confidence. The only confidence I had was being stuck in my ways. And I had to get out of that. I gotta have the confidence to be able to do anything I want to do. That's where you gotta have the confidence at. Not being doing, oh, it's gonna work this way. If it don't, I don't want to do it no more. You quitting on yourself. Why you doing it like that? Stop quitting on yourself. Then once you keep doing it like that, being stuck on the same thing, you're gonna see in life, time just gonna keep going by. That's the most valuable currency, the time. You're gonna start feeling like you wasted time, which you are. And thank God you got somebody like me to share that with y'all, because I wasted a lot of time. Time just went on. But I'm not wasting no more time. Whatever I said I was gonna do, I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me. I'm gonna look it up. I'm not gonna rely on nobody no more. If something don't happen, I'm gonna say it's on me. I'm not gonna say it's on nobody else. Because I'm not settling for blaming nobody else. I'm gonna make it happen, even when nobody else is there to help me. That's how you gotta change your mindset. Don't get in your feelings when nobody else don't wanna help you. Just keep moving. And that's where our life goes wrong at, and why we're not successful. We keep worried about what people think about us, and we keep waiting on other people. Stop waiting on other people for your success. You see what I'm doing right now? I'm out here walking by myself because I couldn't waste no more time. So take this video as an example of what you need to do. If you need somebody to hold the camera and they can't hold your camera, get out there and find you a stand that can hold it by yourself. Once you figure that out, you're making a way and you're not making excuses. That's the new topic. Make a way and stop making excuses. And that's why most people aren't successful, because we keep being caught up on what people tell us. Stop listening to what people tell us. Because think about it. The average person that's telling us something, they not confident. Look at their situation. Is their situation any better than yours? But they telling you all this negative stuff because they want you to be negative with them. But your life don't have to be like that, because you're different. Everybody was born different. They might think that way, but you might think another way. Everybody has their own mind to think about stuff. And that's how you gotta apply the situation. Because if you don't, you're just gonna be wasting time. And that's one thing we can't keep doing, is what? Wasting time. So once we figure that out, we're gonna be better off. And I want you guys to apply that with your lives. See if that makes your life different, because it's making my life different. And I'm trying to learn each and every day. What's wrong with learning? Because you got people who's scared to learn or are too good to learn. You're never too old or too young to learn and do your research. You got people who too lazy to do the research. I spent a long time researching stuff, and it's no problem that I spent a long time. Now I'm kind of getting it, and I'm learning. And I want you guys to do the same thing. Research and learn, and be willing to learn. And once you do that, you're gonna be better off. So I want y'all to stay focused, focus on yourself to be better, and you're gonna do better. So this is what I'm telling y'all. Y'all gotta stay strong and passionate about what y'all doing. Because without that, you have nothing. And that's why we're not successful. We throw in a towel before the journey even starts. We don't even give ourselves enough chance to even have a shot to make it. Who cares if people see you doing something for a long time and you haven't blossomed yet? The people that's telling you you haven't blossomed yet, they're not doing it, and they don't know what it takes to put into that. So half of the average person don't know how to go or the time and pressure it takes to put in something to make a goal successful. Stop listening to them. And then once you start being successful and your life starts to prosper, you put the work in. Now everybody gonna wanna come hang with you. But once everybody wanna come hang with you, when the sunshine is there, that's your choice if you wanna hang with them or not. Then you know what they're gonna call you? They're gonna call you phony. They're gonna say you switched up and stuff like that. You didn't switch up, you was just working on yourself. Something that they ain't put the time in to do. So what I'm telling y'all is that we gotta start putting that time in, because that's the most valuable thing we always take for granted is our time. Because we keep thinking we got time, but we really don't, because time keeps going on. So if you want to set a legacy, stay working. Start making sacrifices, because that's why we're not successful either. We don't make those sacrifices. We think going to hang out is fun. Going to a party is fun. It's really not. Once you look up, all that stuff's still gonna be there. Since I was younger, all that stuff is still there. I didn't have discipline. So now I'm having the discipline. I get up, I share valuable content, and I'm disciplining myself now. Doing it every day, and I'm sticking to it. You know why? Because I'm being hard on myself. So stop not being hard on yourself, because you're your own worst critic. And that's how you keep not being successful. The reason why you're not successful, it ain't nobody else, it's because of you. You see how that go? Once it's because of you, and you start taking accountability for you, you're gonna be more successful. Because you need to let that everybody else victim syndrome out your heart. Once you learn how to change and stop believing stuff like that, you're gonna be better off, and you're gonna get more out of life, because you had to want more out of life to get more. So stop settling in your life and be expecting things to fall in your lap, because life is not like that. That's not how it works. And I'm trying to teach y'all, because I used to think that same mindset. I used to think just like that. It's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. I used to sit and wait around and just wait for it to happen. You see what I just said? I'm gonna sit and wait around and wait for it to happen. How's something gonna happen if I'm sitting and waiting around? So, in reality, what I'm trying to tell y'all that you can't sit and wait around for it to happen. You gotta keep working. You gotta go get it sometimes. And that's what's gonna make you different from the rest in your life and be successful. You gotta be ambitious about getting what you want in life. Now, you can't control everything else, but you can only control you working, keep working, and working hard and finding your purpose. And that's why most of us ain't successful, because we give up too soon and we don't know how to discipline ourselves. And I was a victim of it too. But look what I got me. Waiting for stuff to come to me. And you could be a male or female. Don't matter. Stop waiting for stuff to come to you. Stop wanting something for nothing. And once you do that, you're gonna be successful. Because there's a lot of self-made female millionaires out here. So what's y'all excuse? You see what I'm saying? So you need to change that mindset, that tradition, what's supposed to do, no, stop thinking like that. And once you do that, watch your life change. And I'm telling y'all, because my life is changing for the better. I'm not perfect. I'm just like you, trying to figure it out. But you see what I'm doing? I'm walking in my purpose, trying to figure it out. And you can do the same. So with that being said, that's my take on the situation. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about it. And I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.